but he didn't figure out that he perforated her esophagus. It's one of the cardinal principles of this kind of surgery that you have to check before you close to see if you've put any holes anywhere you're not supposed to. He didn't do that properly. And then she began having problems immediately after the surgery with subcutaneous air in her face and problems breathing, which should have immediately sent alarm bells and sent for additional testing and figuring out there was a problem, because this kind of problem, cutting the esophagus, is one that needs to be repaired quickly, like within 24 hours. If not, then you're going to get bacteria, sepsis, and that causes all kinds of problems, including making the repair much more difficult.
So he checked for the stomach, found a hole in the stomach, repaired that, but he just didn't see the hole in the esophagus.
Correct. He didn't look everywhere he'd been. Didn't look high enough up.
Is it common for doctors to puncture other organs not involved with the direct surgery?
It's not common. It's not a common occurrence. It happens some percentage of the time, and in some cases, puncturing, depending on where they are and what they're doing, in itself may not be considered to be negligent. And we've had experts review this case. They feel very strongly that the biggest negligence here is the failure to see what was done and to take care of it quickly in the time after the surgery.
So what are you asking for in this lawsuit?
Well, Nelda has had over $1 million in past medical expense. She was in the hospital for 15 months after this, and then rehabilitation and nursing home, and she now needs 24-hour care at home, which nobody wants to pay for or accept responsibility for. So we have a life care plan that we put together by experts for the rest of her life, and it's anticipated that her care will cost an additional approximately $3 million. So we've got $1 million more than $1 million in past medical care, about $3 million in future medical care. Unfortunately, because of the limits in tort reform on malpractice cases in Texas, she can only collect $250,000 on top of her medical care for her pain and suffering from living like this the rest of her life.